What's going on, everybody? It's Leo Ayrault again. I'm here with a special guest, but he's more than just a guest. He's a friend, but he's also a big brother figure at this point in my life, Louie Lee. And before I get into this interview, I kind of want to explain how Louis and I met. Louis and I met during a shoot that I had with a real estate company, Stransky Company.
Oh, wow.
And we went out to the Red Wings game. And
shout out to Red Wings.
Yeah, shout out to Red Wings and shout out to Stransky Company. And this whole company had a company suite and everybody was having a good time. And Louis was there as the plus one for one of his buddies. And I just remember taking group photos and, creating content for their behind the scenes. And after every single photo that we took, as a group, Louis will always stand back and be like, get one more. And I was like, man, who is this guy? Like, why is he so photogenic? And, why is he demanding these photos? Like, this is, it was abnormal. Usually people are like, nah, don't, they're not like that. Well, come to find out at the suite that he is an artist and that music is his passion and a lot of the, similar traits when it comes to, like, pursuing dreams and stuff like that. I think that energy is really similar. And one thing that Louis taught me is, just to be a light in this world.
Facts, bro.
And through that our friendship grew. And, our first project that we worked on together was your first single, Tailgate Blues, right?
Yep.
We created content around that, and to go from that to where you are now, it seems like it's a whole movie in and of itself. But you did it in such a short amount of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's bringing back a lot of memories, Louis, but just talk to me about this journey and where you feel like the Louie Lee Show is at right now.
Well, yeah. First off, what's up, Louie Lee? Leo, I love you. You're right. I still got to go back to that story, man. I didn't get to, even chime in. Did the Red Wings win that night?
I don't even know, and I don't even care.
I know, right? It was a great night, though. I'm so grateful for that night, man. We had so much fun downtown in the city of Detroit. Shout out to my boy Randy, who actually invited me to be there that night. And Matt and all those guys, great people, man. So it was great. And I knew right then, too, for those guys to have such high praise for you and enjoy your skill set, when it came to media and photography and your eye and vision. Randy was like, wait till you meet this guy, Leo. So I was like, bet, and you know how I am, man. So, with Louie Lee and where we're at right now, it's because of the team that we've put together in these 2.5 years. Can't do anything without a team, man. I'm just really grateful to be here and just, keep it moving.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Within those 2.5 years, I mean, on record, right, based on your previous album, Future, that just dropped, go check that out, 29 songs.
Bandit.
29 songs in 2.5 years, Louis.
You're part of that shit.
But, that's a lot.
It's been a lot, man. It's been surreal to just feel like the universe, God, whatever you look to, when you feel inspired and you just get out of the way and just fuck it, let's see what happens. You know what I mean? For real, there's no stopping your creativity if you allow it to just be free. No judgment, just enjoy it. I stress too long about if it's perfect for others. And when I stopped doing that, that's when I found 29 songs for the album Future.
Mm-hmm. And it's when you question that inspiration or you put limitation on the vision that comes to your mind,
mm-hmm.
Everybody does it, but people say, right, that's the devil trying to get in your way. And that source of inspiration, right, God, universe, whatever it is that people believe in, it's almost like if you limit yourself from not doing it, it's almost like taking that blessing and throwing it back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that way too?
Yeah, I'm with you. For a long time, I've fought to be where I was at with a career and like put all these like expectations that like I had to be this because I was sizing myself up to others that were doing things that I wanted to do. And I would look on social media like everybody else, just scrolling the dead scroll and like seeing other people doing stuff that I wanted to do. And I was like, well, you just got to get out there and start doing it if that's stuff that you like to do.
Yeah.
You know, and you're just going to have to assert yourself, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. You know, you're going to step out of a comfort zone that you have to be prepared that people aren't going to like you. And you got to be okay with it. You got to start accepting it, you know. Like you said earlier, like I'm a beacon of light here in this world. It's dark. You know it, I know it. You can see it in my eyes. Like, you know, I'm a smile guy. I'm an upbeat person. But, you know, I'm not apathetic to the fact that it's dark out here and the world is like, it's a hard place. So my job here right now is just to be this little beacon of light, cut through the darkness, give a safe place for people that want to escape whatever they got going on in their life and just vibe with Louie Lee, you know, country hop and roll, bandit, you know, it's us, you know, just enjoy it. It doesn't have to be too loaded, you know.
Yeah.
People put pressure on stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to put pressure on it anymore. I want to make great music that feels something in myself because it's my therapy. But people loving it with me is like, I can't explain that high. I can't explain that feeling, you know, and I want to just get it out there so people feel like they can experience these good feelings with us, you know.
I think, you know, when you look at any person in this world who people look up to or strive to be like, you know, they're not people that tell the world, oh, you should be living this way, you should be living this way, you should be living this way. They're usually the people who are figuring out what means a lot to them and just like unapologetically being that, right? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
So, like,
being okay with being yourself.
Yeah. Talk to me about like the correlation between like that personal journey of like finding, because it's not easy, man, to look inwardly, to find self-love and like just, you know, all of that, to believe in yourself more than anybody else in the world. It's not, it's if it's easy, everybody will be doing it. But when you do tap into that inner battle and you overcome and grow as a human, it seems like the world around you grows too. Do you believe that like your growth as an artist correlates to Louis growing as a human being too?
Yeah, 1,000%. You know, facing one's traumas that they've experienced in their own lives is a big thing to overcome, you know, and the more I grow with being just an adult man, you know, in the world that is dark and full of like scary things, and my goal is to try and uplift others. There's no, you know, denying that I've had my moments where like I've been down and like I'm just like lost in my head, lost in the sauce of things, you know, imposter syndrome, or, you know, not feeling good enough, you know, and I don't know, somehow I've always had this ability to just like jump out of that and snap out of it and realize that I have the control to really change it if I want to, though. Like, I don't think I want to fucking sit around. You know? So it's like, in waiting for others to validate, you know, and tell them that it's good, you know, and tell you that something's cool, to tell Louie Lee that something's cool, like, come on. Like, I'm done with that. That's a young man's game, I guess, because I'm done.
One of the other impressive things that you did, and you collaborated with Mike Young. Shout out to Mike for this.
Yeah,
but
big
did
shout out.
14 music videos in 12 months.
Yep.
We'll say that again. 14 music video in 12 months. Okay, so a music video has
I was still tired.
It has figuring out logistics, location, camera crew, actors, what songs and what, and making sure that you meet that deadline to the first. Oh man, that's a lot of like stress that you voluntarily put upon yourselves, right?
Facts.
So to take on that challenge.
Yeah.
What made you take on that challenge, and what did you see that kept you going with that?
So
shout out to Mike again.
Shout out Mike Young. So, and the whole team, you know, go back to that team Louie Lee, the Louie Lee show. Real talk, man. I had made a promise to myself And my fans, Bandits, yeah, we them. They have been watching me do my thing on like different social media platforms and hustling and just put my music out there. And look, some of it people are gonna like, some of it people aren't. And I just kept putting it out there. And I was like, all right, bet. I'm gonna put out a song, a new single, first of every month, more consistent than the cable bill.
Yeah.
You feel me? With full music video.
Because the songs you had in the chamber already, but the music video.
I don't know why I did this to myself.
You did it.
I did this to myself. I was like, I'm going to deliver 12 music videos and 12 singles. It ended up being more because we're just in a rhythm, but...
And you had the cover art, too, that you had to add.
Yeah, for sure. And I do, I do a lot of my own cover art. You know what I'm saying? This game requires you to wear many hats. I don't just wear this one, Bandit. You know it. And with different hats, it's because you care enough about your art and your vision. And, like, I'm going to learn how to do that if I can do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be the best at it right away. Maybe never the best at it ever. But if I can accomplish something that, for myself I feel good about and reaching some small goals with, to help maybe look at some bigger goals, like, I'm going to do what I can to learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah,
I was starting to think about, like, you don't have to be the best of the best even on yourself. Like, you don't have to pressure yourself these ways. Mm-hmm. I think that's what Louie Lee is in, like, Bandit culture. It's like, look, you don't have to be the greatest at any one thing. If you're going to be the greatest at any one thing, it's just be yourself. Mm-hmm. And just let go. And just be grateful that you're here. Keep giving to others when you can. You can't always. I'm not in a position to always give back, but I want to always. Yeah. Like, feel that in your soul. You know what I'm saying? Be there for people, inspire people. If things bring you down, know when to get out of it. Right? Like, if you want to simmer in that, like, you're only doing it to yourself after so long is how I feel. Mm-hmm. That's how I've just always lived. I don't know, say it's right. I know I need therapy too, shit. Yeah. But, if you can learn to just, accept that it will get better or it'll get worse from your decisions. It's up to you. Like, you can do this. Believe in yourself, right. It's not going to always be easy.
Amongst those 14 videos that you created, I was, fortunate enough to either be in it or be behind the scenes in it or whatever case that whatever purpose that served me particular in that day. But definitely a lot of memories in those shoots. One of the prouder memories, and just a sign of growth that I felt, being part of this journey is when we did the Life I Lead shoot at the farm, at the Hollywood Farmstead.
Life I Lead. Shout out Hollywood Farmstead. Part of Louie Lee all day. Team Louie Lee.
And what was so cool about that was that, I always kind of, you're Bandit, right? People say rebel, but in this case, Bandit. I think you don't wait for people to give you, okay, here, go shoot a music video. You're not waiting for that. You're going to go shoot it as best as you can. And you staying consistent with your craft, the amount of people that showed up on that video set, getting their shoes dirty in the dirt, and wow.
Yeah.
You got a 4-wheeler and a Cybertruck doing wheelies. Like, you don't know if you're in the future or you're in the past.
Shout out Nick. Right? Shout out Chillbean.
That was some crazy stuff going on, right? And the energy and the flamethrowers. Right? I mean, like, come on, man. Like, the things that I get to see, the
people want to have fun,
dude. It's
I love to have fun. People that know me, I like to get down and just be, having a good time, and I want others around to feel that it's okay to cut loose too. Like, we're here to have fun.
Yeah,
living on borrowed time.
Yep. So that's my proudest or just kind of memorable experience, because there was a moment where I was actually on the back of the Cybertruck, and I was taking a photo of you, and just to see everything, right, it was almost like an alignment that I saw, and it was like, wow, like this is, and the American flag was going like this with Rob Stone,
I was so proud of that shot, man. You shout out to Leo, Reality Tell Your Vision, the photography eye, man. Like those shots are pretty iconic. That like I need to make those in like a little book, a little scrap, like or just like a little like flip book, because they're legendary. You're right. That video shoot was so much fun. We just put it up. Really, it was just like, hey, I have this video we're working on shooting. You bandits are all invited. Come one, come all. It's meant to be a good time. It's love. It's only good energy.
That's exactly how it was.
And that's exactly how it was, man. Everybody was there. They were patient with me, because it's my art. I know people deal with me being a little like, this is me trying to just get stuff done because I'm like always working at a pace.
You care.
I care so much, obviously, what I do. So, like, when I'm working at my own pace, like, I know I kind of need to slow down. And, like, you always have to, like, step back from the things you're doing and let others, excel in things that can help benefit the whole overall good. So that's, like, learning. That's leadership. That's growth. These are things I'm trying to, like, facilitate in my everyday life.
Yeah.
Facilitate in, like, how we run the Louie Lee show. How we run our businesses and Country Hop and Roll.